Oh, hello there, little guy. I'm pretty hungry. Got any food? What do you liking to eat? You like to eat the fish? Yeah, fish is great. Let's eat some fish. Okay, let's go catch some fish. Do you prefer to go the nymphing, or do you prefer to go the wet fly swinging, or do you prefer to go the dry fly upstream podcasting? I don't really understand. What is a bit better fun if we go to the upstream spot casting with the dryer flies? So what the flies I think we should take? I have no idea. Well, let me check at the hatch. I think the hatch this season is the red quill, or maybe the light cat heel. Oh yes, the light cat heel. Oh, I don't know any idea what that is. It's just a simple dry fly. We get some quail feathers, some white yarn, and we spin up some dry flies, and then we go fishing. Listen, man, I don't ever understand anything you're talking about. Can we just get some fish? Yeah, let's go fly fishing. Hello and welcome to CEAZOR Snack Sandwich. Today we're on Ethereum taking a look at this Bribe.crv.finance or gauge vote incentive. And at the same time, I'm going to break down this thread here by Daniel from Popsicle Finance and Abracadabra, because some of the viewers have been asking me, hey, CEAZOR, can you take a look at this, explain what this is? Like here, they've asked me, hey, can you please take a look at this, make me a video, and kind of just a few of these people have asked me to explain this, so I'm going to go through and explain what is this in reference to this gauge voting here. But just a quick idea here, the gauge voting is pretty simple. You can use your VECRV to vote on these specific pools, and you can get some rewards in that. Now it doesn't really show for me, because they unlock in 2 days, and I don't have any VECRV, so I can't really participate and show you how things work. But you could come here, you could click add rewards, and you could put a bounty out for people to vote on your pool, or you can just come here if you're a voter with your voting power and vote and get some rewards for voting as well. You can kind of think of it as subsidizing the gas cost to vote, or maybe just you might be bullish on one of these tokens and you want to gain that token as well. So I think both of these are pretty interesting. It's a clever idea. But let's go back to this thread here. It's a pretty long thread. I've read through it. I think I have a pretty good understanding of how it works. And to explain how this thread works and how bribes comes into play in this thread, I'm going to go over to a flowchart. So let's go over there right now and start that. Okay, so here we are on the flowchart. Now, pretty much everything revolves around this individual meme pool. So this is a curve pool that has meme tokens and USDC, USDT, and DAI token, or the 3CRV token. So this whole idea flows kind of in and around this and how this particular pool comes into play here. So let's take a look at the first step here. So the first step in Abracadabra, if you're familiar with Abracadabra, you will know that it takes yield-bearing tokens and allows you to borrow the meme token. So in this case, we have Yearn, and you have these three possible tokens, YVUSDT, YVUSDC, or YVCRIB. So you can take one of these tokens from, putting USDT, or let's just use YVUSDT for the rest of this to make it easier. So you put USDT into Yearn, you get one of these tokens, and it's a yield-bearing token, and you can use it in Abracadabra to borrow some meme. Now, I've done lots of videos on Abracadabra, so you can watch those to understand basically how this protocol works better. But let's say you can borrow some meme and you can put it through the curve pool here. So you could take your meme and you could swap it for USDT, and then take the USDT and put it right back into Yearn and then loop it. So you can loop this 10 times, and you can auto loop it 10 times. You could loop it more or less if you wanted, but there's an auto feature within Abracadabra that allows you to just loop it 10 times, right? And it doesn't actually loop it, but anyways, I've done videos on that, so you can watch those videos. Now, the issue here is that when you loop so much money through here, there's quite a bit of slippage. So the health of this pool is very, very important in order for this to come into play. But let's take a look at why the health is so important. So there's two sides of this pool, if you think of it. There is the meme on one side and the 3CRV token on the other side, which includes USDT, USDC, and DAI. So every time a meme goes in here and a USDT or comes out here, the pool becomes a little bit more imbalanced. And when you have people like doing millions of dollars auto looped, then it can become unbalanced very quickly. So we want this llama, these llamas, or these other people who are like just not really, they don't really care about this looping and stuff like that, to put some CRV or some of these some of these 3 pool tokens, like the USDT or the USDC, into this pool. So that's kind of the goal of this thing, so that we Abracadabra users can continue to do these loops. Now you got to keep in mind too that every time you take every time you send money through, Yearn gets a benefit from this, and that is this llama has just put, let's say they put USDT in here, just USDT, it's just idle USDT in here. The Yearn has nothing to do with that. But when the loop goes through, it's pulling that USDT out and turning it into a YV USDT and giving Yearn some TVL. Now remember, the Yearn will take that USDT, and it'll also sometimes, through some of the strategies that it has, it will put it right back into Curve Finance. Maybe not the same pool, but it will go back into Curve Finance through single-sided staking strategy, and it will also go to all of these other protocols. So being able to do this loop and pull these llama, these llama 3 pool tokens and convert them to Yearn tokens, all of these protocols, which, Yearn is going to send money to some of them or all of them depending on the strategies, and Curve, they're all going to benefit from this. Now Curve, these llamas are going to also gain the benefit of the trading fees from these loops, right? So moving on, the next step is there's also some convex and Yearn vaults. Well, there's not a Yearn vault yet, but there very soon could be. And these can farm this pool as well. And currently, they can farm the spell token, and they can get this directly from Abracadabra. If they stake this pool token into Abracadabra, they can farm these spell tokens, or they can farm the CRV tokens here just by staking it in the gauge and so forth. So they do have these other possibilities, and this pool, if this pool is healthy and has good rewards, then these pools here, these vaults, will be healthy, and they will gain more revenue, more fees for these individual protocols here. So this all basically hinges on the gauge voting, the voting on Curve Finance. Because if people vote for Curve Finance, this pool, and they vote for the Curve rewards to be increased, then there will be more incentive for these pools to farm this, and more incentive for the llamas to put their USDT in here, simply to gain more Curve pools. Okay, more Curve tokens, CRV tokens. These are the governance tokens. And if you don't know how Curve works, then I'm sorry, I'm not going to get into all of that here. So the llama can get more CRV. These farming vaults here that are farming this can get more CRV as well. And then when there's more of these llamas putting all of this, like these pools in here, all these USDT, and balancing the right side of this, then Abracadabra can do more loops and increase the TVL of all of these protocols. So in comes Bribe.crv.finance, Andre's little project about, incentivizing people to vote. So instead of sending the spell tokens only to the people who stake, they can take some of these spell tokens and put them in here as a bounty for people to vote. So take the spell tokens, put them in the bribe place, and people then can go and get these spell tokens. Now they can do with those spell tokens as they please. They could sell them on the market, or they can put them into Abracadabra to farm more APY based on the fees that Abracadabra is generating through these loops and stuff. So who's going to vote? The llamas might vote because, hey, I'm already putting these inside here. I'm putting USDT in here, so I will vote on this, and I will get some spell rewards, and I will get a boosted CRV because, I have this pool staked in the gauge, and I'm getting CRV from Curve. So I want this to be more incentivized. So the llamas might vote. Yearn Finance has incentive to vote because of like this TVL boost that they're getting and all of this conversion of all of these right side tokens into Yearn tokens. And then also, you know, Convex as well up here, they might vote for this so that they can have a better farm experience with more CRV tokens and so forth. Now, there's also the possibility that these spell tokens, instead of being separate out here, they could be added here and part of the pool. And now there's nothing in the thread about that happening, but that is a possibility. Now there's one more thing that is mentioned in the thread that doesn't really have a lot to do with this, but does kind of, and that is there is the possibility of Curve opening a meme pool on Phantom and a meme pool on Polygon. And if they did so, then that would help with this pool to maintain its peg a little bit better. And these loops could happen more frequently because there could be arbitrage opportunities for cross-chain arbitrage. Because if the peg of meme here goes below $1, but it's here at $1, then there's an arbitrage opportunity to rebalance that out. Okay, so that pretty much covers this idea. I hope this has been useful. I hope my viewers enjoy this kind of thing. I think it's interesting, these Legos and how protocols are trying to work together. And I really like this curve thing, this bribing thing. People are like, oh, why bribing? Bribing's terrible. But I think this illustrates how like a protocol can kind of incentivize people to help them. So like Abracadabra is not, you can't really consider, it is a bribe, but at the same time it's very transparent. It's out in the public. It's, you know, like it's transparent and everyone can see that they are asking for help from these people, and these people can help them and get paid for doing so. Okay, so I think that's interesting. So thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.